is. Oh, there he goes. Let's see how I can make this work so y'all can see exactly what I get to do. And don't mind my boobs. Stop looking at it. Mind your business. Okay, phone is not going to cooperate with me. So let's see if we can find a little bit easier way. There we go. Don't move. Stay right there. And yes, my gloves are pink. Ha ha ha. Anyways, so I'm working on it. Make ready. I have 2 hours left to get this done. I have this to clean, and I have that to clean. I know y'all can't see it. It's not the greatest in the world, but y'all can live with me for a little bit. And then I have all these lovely counters on the other side of me, and plus the bottoms and the counters to get done. So I would like for y'all to come along with me, and let's see if we can get this done in 2 hours. And hey, mind your business. I'm doing the best I can, so don't come at me. Okay? Show a little love. Buddy. Two down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 more to go. So I'm going to take this I'm going to angle it a little bit so that y'all get to see where I'm at. And yes, for those who are going to be little nosy posies, I am switching out my rag because yes, this one is super dirty, along with the other rags from this morning. I have a separate bag for all my dirty rags, and I have a bag for all my clean microfiber color-coded rags. And no, I don't have a specific color that I use. I just pick one and go, if y'all are curious. Alright, let's get a move on with the rest of these. Okay, Mr. Becky, I am not gonna mess with you. I'm gonna leave you alone. I don't feel like getting sun today. Oy. For a new rag. Out with the old, in with the new. And then I'm gonna move y'all a little bit this way. There we go. Much better. counters are done. Now, let's clean off this backsplash, work on this counter, and this sink. And I am going to show y'all, I'm going to show y'all this sink right quick. Let me see if I can flip this little booger over. But anyways, you guys, that is my sink. Yeah, it's a little nasty. That's because I had stuff soaking in it for that. Yeah. So if you're wondering why there's a purple towel there, I just got done wiping my counters off, or my cabinets off. So that is nice and shiny. This is clean. And before all you naysayers say that it isn't clean, this will not come off no matter what. And we're not going to argue over it. Lovely stove. I need to wipe down the bottom again. So, alright, now since I gave you that little tour, let's get these bottom cabinets cleaned. So, before I forget, my new best friend for cleaning the AC. Now, I'm going to show you how this works. Oops. So, you see, I know it's kind of hard to tell, but you see how dirty this booger is? So basically what I do is I take my stick and, oops, yeah, let's do it this way. There we go. And I'm gonna see how dirty. That's just from cleaning 3 pieces. So we're gonna continue working on this before I continue anything else. And yes, these are washable. These come off and you can wash them and read. And I got them off of Amazon. Now sometimes it may take 1 or 2 of these to use, but that's okay. Alright, I'll be right back. I've got to grab another stick. I've got 2 more. And this will save you from having to use your fingers to get in between each little spot because it hurts. Trust me, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. could just set it right inside the door.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good day.
You too. And I'll let the front office know that you delivered the resident's Spectrum box.
I got you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Now, I will warn you, using these, if you have muscle cramps in your hands like I do, it's a good time to sometimes take a break and do hand squeezes to relax those muscles in your hands so you can continue cleaning. Or, if you're able to, switch hands. It is a very hot booger today. I feel like Satan decided he wanted to turn up the whole heat, forgetting that there are certain people in Texas that hate the heat. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all will agree with me on that end of everything. Now sometimes if I don't feel like going and getting another stick, I will just take my hand and just wipe off the excess dirt and go right back at it. Now, a lot of y'all are thinking like, girl, you're crazy doing that. No, actually I am not. Did you know that having a dirty area, AC door, vent, filter, and so on, can actually raise your bill, for one, and two, it starts to get a odor inside your AC unit that filters through your filter and starts making your whole apartment stink. Now, I am the world's worst at making sure everything is clean. But usually what I like to do after everything's said and done, they're outside mowing, is I like to take it and wipe it down. And considering the fact that we have somebody moving in, always want to make sure that your door is clean. Now, mind you, y'all saw the before. This is what it looks like now. Now, to you, it may not be fully clean because it may not look like it to you. But trust me, it'll probably smell a lot better once this AC gets kicked back on. Alright. Now, since I started on these cabinets, you always want to make sure this gets clean. Let's go. I'm going to go close this door because it's very loud. Taking away my air. Alright, maybe if I crack open this window a little bit. Alright, I'm going to put y'all down for a moment. There we go. Keep that door closed while they're mowing outside, but still have a little air inside. Alright. Now, since I told y'all we needed to clean the backsplash, that's what we're going to do. We definitely want to make sure your backsplash is clean. And your sink. And all that other lovely stuff. Alright. Got my cleaner. Go ahead and move this over here. Got to adjust y'all just a tad bit. There you go. Now y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna go see if I can turn this AC on. Now I'm gonna warn y'all, it'll probably be a little loud. Stink in here, but I can't do nothing Yes, I have a scraper. Yes, it's pink and blue. If you didn't notice the obvious colors. But this is plastic. I only use plastic due to the fact that I don't want to mess anything up. So, for me, as a cleaner that I do these apartments with, I always use a plastic blade. Always. Unless something changes and I have to switch over. But that's a very rare thing. This counter is clean. Now we get to do the sink. Now sometimes it depends on how bad the sinks are. I either use this cleaner, which is the Lysol, or I'm sorry, the Clorox coconut. I think it's the Scentiva coconut, all-purpose disinfectant cleaner kind of stuff. Or I use a spray called Crud Cutter, and it is it's from Rust-Oleum, and it is a professional version of it. And trust me, that stuff works miracles, especially if you have stuff that's been caked on that from the resident, they've been here longer than a year or whatever, depending, and it works. I'm not gonna lie. This stuff works too, don't get me wrong. It works on the lighter end of the dirtiness, while the Crud Cutter works on the heavy duty stuff like the stoves, my microwave, sometimes the fridge, depending on how bad it is. Sorry, it's AC's loud. It's still pretty warm in here. Let's see, I've got 31 minutes into this video already. And I've still got probably an hour and 30 minutes left to get everything done. So let's get cracking. And before I do that, let's get some hydration in. Because, you know, this girl, she sweats a lot. And I mean a lot. If I can get my cabinets done, then I can work on the fridge. I'll try to do the fridge the last thing, so I don't have to stress over these cabinet doors. And they're really not all that bad. They're really not. make sure you always check the inside of your drawers. Because sometimes it can be a little grippy. We got this. And again, I know y'all are going to think, well, why are you just using that one rack for that one side? Trust me. They get dirty faster than you can stay a jackrabbit. Inside these drawers, or drawers, shall I say. And I try to use the same rag because of the fact that that's all I have left, and I still got to do the fridge. I mean, I've got more at home, but because of how much time I have, I want to make sure that this apartment is done before they move in. And again, another drawer, you always want to try to clean them the best you can. They're not going to be 100% perfect, and I just wish that people would understand that when they are coming into these apartments, or any apartment for that matter, that no matter what, no matter how clean you get them, they're sure to wind up super dirty. And it's going to look dirty when you first look at it. And trust me, it's not dirty. It's just these drawers are very gently used. Many people have used these drawers for as long as they have been in here. So I want to point something out. Don't set an expectation for yourself when it comes to moving into an apartment. Not everything's going to be cool. Not everything's going to be brand new. You are going to encounter things that you may have never encountered before, and that's okay. You know, that's why you have an office staff to help you navigate your life living in an apartment. You have other residents that I'm pretty sure would be more than happy to help you navigate as well. Now, if you've been around the block a few times like I have, you know not to set your expectations high. And that's a good rule of thumb to have. Because when I moved in, I thought, I learned the hard way. Give me just a second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to answer the phone and my aunt called. So it is 149 now. I still gotta sweep and mop and clean this fridge. I should be done hopefully by 2:45. That's keep our fingers crossed. Cabinets are done. Yay. So, now, the fun part is getting this refrigerator done and getting this sink cleaned. Let's do the sink right quick because it won't take very long. My favorite little tool is my spin brush with a wire brush knife. one little spot. Gentlemen, it is officially 1:57. And yes, I know I just stuck that on the clean counter, but trust me, it's a little, and I really don't have time to aware of that. Sometimes cold helps me clean faster. I know that sounds weird, but everybody has their way of cleaning stuff. I have my own little way of cleaning stuff. Again, when you're on a time crunch, like I am, you want to make sure that it is clean. And before you know it, it actually smells like cigarette smoke in there. Believe it or not. Don't ask me why, but it actually started smelling. Luckily, I have something to remedy that still. saving the refrigerator for last because I know sometimes it requires a little bit more time to get everything done. And so I'm trying to get this as clean as I can. And hopefully the residents understand that this refrigerator will get a bit more clean. You would think that this refrigerator was used for storage. Besides food. Sometimes it's okay to quickly wash something out. And that makes me wonder if they actually make mats for these. You know what I mean? To keep from getting so dirty. And again, everybody has their own way of doing the cleans. And there's a lot of tricks and tips and all that other lovely stuff out there that you can do to help get your refrigerator. course, I'll have to re-sweep this floor again because it's just very dirty again. Gives you a little trick. You know, there's a bunch of gunk on the bottom of your fridge. And you don't have a lot of time. Your best friend is your broom. Trust me, it'll save you some time. And here is why I need to switch bottles, because I need the crud cutter. And I'm going to let that sit for a moment while I work on the rest of this fridge. Now I know I'm switching bottles and I'm sorry, but sometimes it helps. Door. I've got 4 more rags to use. All right. Okay. Time for my scraper. Is never your friend. Ever. And it looks like I'll have to put me a new blade on here to get it done. stickies. Really, people. You're gonna have issues with stickiness. It is 2:15. Let's see if I can. Get this nasty glass out. There we go. You guys, your crisper, bottom crisper should never look like this, ever. That's just downright disgusting. You don't realize that your refrigerator can hold a host of living germs. And if you don't clean it or keep it clean, you can actually make yourself very sick. And your food will go bad. And all that other lovely stuff that goes with it. And you don't want that. It is, you're playing with a dangerous hand when you don't clean your fridge out. Especially if, with the way things are going these days, with people getting sick from different produce and whatever else, and if you bring that stuff home and not realize it, and you have it in your fridge, imagine how fast that will grow, and it'll make you 10 times sicker than you already are.